Greetings, my Halloween enthusiasts. I've been noticing a lot of folks out there bummed the fact that spooky season is over. Oh, nay, nay. Spooky season is not over. Here comes the phase of what most of us dread is the tear down and storage of our haunts. Well, I'm come to find a little bit of satisfaction and, dare I say it, enjoyment in the whole process. A challenge to find how to put up all our investment. It is an investment. We do put quite a bit into this, so I suggest we take the time to make sure everything is put up properly. Not like I have been doing it for the years. I've lost so many props, so many great props due to the fact that I don't store properly. As you can see, I got my work cut out for me. I may or may not start in here, but I need to start somewhere. Actually, I already had started, as you're gonna see here in a bit. But I better get busy because it's not gonna do itself. And the tear down continues. So I'm doing something a little different this year. What I'm doing, first of all, I'm actually tearing down after Halloween. Usually I don't start doing this until January, February. It's so hard for me to let it go, and I end up having to do it like, how would you say, really quick, and I just throwing shit everywhere and just kind of making a big old mess, and I lose a lot of props that way. And then when it's time to get ready the next year, I can't find nothing. Go figure. So what I'm doing, what I'm attempting to do is putting them together how I want them to come up next year. So when I store it, they're going to be somewhat in the same packaging, so to speak. Label it as well to know what to put out. And hopefully by then I'll have an idea of what direction I'm going to go. Well, I should, because what I've been doing the last few years is, I used to change my theme every year, which was always a pain in the ass because you had to start from scratch. So a couple years ago I actually started to keeping more or less the same theme, which I hadn't really decided what theme it is, but kind of stay with the same design, if you know what I'm trying to say. If not, let me elaborate. For instance, somewhat the theme was, a couple years ago I wanted to do Dracula's castle, so I started going that direction. So basically a castle, what would you find in a castle? And as in decorating for the other seasons, instead of because I decorate for Christmas, but not really. I've been kind of creeping it out. I now call it Creepmas. But what to put out? Because everybody and their dog's doing Nightmare Before Christmas. So I started thinking, if Dracula was to decorate for Christmas, how would he decorate his castle? So that more or less is the theme I'm going with. 2 years ago, things evolve, change. You got to be able to change. You got to be flexible. You got to keep an open mind. You can't just stick with one idea, because if not, you're not going to go anywhere. You got to adapt to your surroundings, to your situation, and go from there. So anyways, that's what I've been doing, and since I've been doing that, I'm now trying to organize my storage to suit that. When I put it together the following year, everything should go more or less the same spot. A little tweaking here and there, but at least that's the plan. We'll see how it works out this coming year. And see, a lot of this stuff I'm trying to figure out how to store. For instance, these tiki torches right here, they actually stay out all year. I have an area in the back where I have my pumpkin patch, or my garden, which I didn't do this year, but these solar lights and those go there, and I'm actually going to dress it up, kind of creep it out like everything else. So I'm thinking about redoing the witch's cottage and have it already ready, so I just got to put it out next year. And same thing with the cauldron here. I'm gonna weatherize it so it could be outside all year round, and I'm gonna have it someplace in the back, so all I gotta do is just bring it out next year. These panels that I got from Spirit Halloween, right now I just threw them out here. But I gotta figure out how to, again, weather it so it could somewhat take this West Texas weather and not beat it up too badly. But all in due time, if I continue, if I stay with it all year, it shouldn't be that difficult the following year. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. I kind of lose my train of thought because I'm over here talking, but I'm also looking around at like what I'm going to do next. Like these corn stalks, I don't know if they can be stored. How will they take? I mean, these were last year's, and I mean, they're kind of decent, but they got some stuff. I don't know. I might just have to chunk them all. But we'll see. We had a pretty good turnout this year. I'm quite pleased with the whole season. These two they just can't keep their eyes off of each other. Get a room. This whole side this year didn't happen like I wanted to, but this was supposed to be my photo op. I meant to have a sign so they can see my info, but life, how it goes. My pirate ship didn't get any love in this year, but like I said, I'm thinking about, since I may keep this area for the pirate ship, so throughout this off season I'm gonna build like a makeshift deck, or not really makeshift, but I'm gonna build a deck to resemble a deck of a ship, and that way 2024 all I gotta do is throw the props up there, and there we go. Okay, so I got all these ready to go inside, get packed up, put up. Next is probably going to be the 12-footers. I was going to leave them out for Creekmas, but we're supposed to get some bad weather, so I'm going to be smart this year. Since we have some decent weather coming up, I'm going to take advantage of it and get as much stuff up as possible. And we pay some good money for these things. We need to take care of them. Anyways, I better get back on this, because